What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Slide Fry here. So I'm doing a new React video. This time, instead of waiting until a day or two later, I think it was a day later, I'm doing it only a few hours later. Hopefully I'll get people to watch. It's a react to TheOdd1sOut, brand new video that just came out this morning.
Hello, I just wanted to let you know that the Scribble Showdown tour is coming back. We'll be going to these places on these dates. If you're interested, then check out the link in the description. Otherwise, enjoy the video. Also, I have facial hair now.
So do I.
Recently, I read the worst YouTube comment ever.
Oh, yeah,
and I
right. Come
can't
on.
stop thinking about it. This comment lives in my head completely rent-free. It lives in its own private penthouse. The comment was concerning my upload schedule, and it was, if anime studios can make an episode of anime in 1 week, then these YouTubers can make a video in a month. Initially, I reacted like, you think that's how this works? You think anime studios post an episode and go, great work, team. Well, time to make the next episode this week. Hope none of you have any plans. I know the working conditions in Japan are bad, but sheesh. I guess all the animators are just slacking off between seasons then, huh? And as I thought about it
no
more,
kidding. What
I
the hell?
realized, I can't get too mad. This person is just uneducated about the animation industry and is probably a minor. And then I thought,
could be.
hey, I know a bit about animation
though.
behind the scenes. Maybe I could talk about being an artist and educate people on the animation pipeline. So that way, I won't get any more uneducated comments. For this video, when I say artist, I'm going to be talking about the Google definition of an artist. Noun, a person who produces paintings or drawings as a profession or hobby. You know, the pen and paper artists. I'm not really going to be talking about artists who make music or birthday cakes or take black and white photos of sunsets because I want to talk about cartoons. I make cartoons. Now, it should come to no surprise that I'm pro-artist. Well, not a pro-artist. Are you kidding? I know my skill level. I still can't draw fingers.
Aren't you paid to upload these videos to YouTube? You're a pro. Pro doesn't actually necessarily mean you're good at it, just means you're paid professionally.
What I'm saying is,
I didn't say you're bad at it. You're not bad.
I will support anyone who wants to make art. If you're making art as a hobby, then that's a really great creative outlet, and having something physical as an end result is incredibly rewarding. But if you want to turn making art into a full-time job, you might want to sit down and consider a few things.
Yes.
Like, are you sure you don't want to go to law school? The biggest challenge all artists face is they have to eat food to survive.
That's
and in
everybody's
this capitalist
challenge.
society, food costs money. So
good
artists
point.
are challenged to somehow take being good at making shapes and turn that into money. I know of 4 ways an artist can make a living. The first way is to be so good at art that people will pay money to hang it up in their house. The second option is to make caricature drawings at beaches and tourist traps. The third...
Yeah, Sonoma County Fairgrounds comes here every year, here in Santa Rosa every year, except last year because of the pandemic. But it came back again this year with people wearing masks. But since being with my wife, I've noticed just about every year there's a tent that someone actually draws caricatures in, and he did draw a caricature of my wife and I. It's a very gorgeous one, actually. It's in a cartoon style where we have the big eyes and stuff. It's really cute, and it does look like us. He has samples of his work on the wall behind him, showing a Daniel Craig as James Bond, Sean Connery as James Bond back in that cartoonist style. Those are the ones that really stood out to me. Brad Jelena, you know, back when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were still together, he had a caricature of those two in fancy clothes. And there's a bunch of others of famous people and whatnot, but I just don't remember all of them. But yeah, caricatures, definitely a big thing at events like the fairgrounds.
The third option is to sell your plasma. And the fourth option, which is the most common option, is to make drawings that people will pay you to make. And do a little bit of option 3 on the side. Some artists will take commissions, which is basically an artist going, hey, I'll draw whatever you want, asterisk, for $100. And people will go, what the f***? Art should be free. I was going to give you so much exposure to my 50 Twitter followers. Or people will go, I want you to draw this
I have double that many followers on Twitter. Like, my Twitter is hella small, but it's double that one. So, yeah, there's a lot of people who like seem to think they're bigger than they actually are. I know my place. I'm not big. My 1,600 subscribers on YouTube, not big. 105 followers on Twitter, not big. 140 something followers on Twitch, not big. Some people just seem to think that they're more important than the numbers actually show. It's ridiculous.
Cute animal character I made, and while at first your price might seem a bit high
Feels
to
like
the
a Sonic
uneducated,
fan character.
I understand that art is a time-consuming process and you need to eat too. So here's a crisp $100. But another
Nice.
somewhat more stable idea is that
Sponge
artists will
boobs.
get jobs at studios or work for a YouTuber, and we'll be like, hey, we'll give you money if you draw specifically what we want, and if we don't like your art, we'll make sure to communicate clearly what we would like changed and work as a team to do the best we can.
That's
Or you're
never how it
fired! And that leads us into animation. An important thing to remember for animation is that drawings equal time plus money.
Yes.
Exactly how much time? Well, to answer that one commenter's question, no, an anime studio does not make an episode of anime in 1 week.
No, they
I
don't.
think. South Park is what making an episode in a week looks like. And truthfully, that's very impressive. I take months trying to figure out what the heck I'm even going to talk about. Making
Yeah.
a single episode of a cartoon from scratch takes about 2 years. Don't believe me? Well, let's see what Yakko from the 2020 Animaniacs has to say in the very first episode.
Okay, here
At
we go.
least we still think there's a President Trump. You see, the writers are writing this in 2018. Now that doesn't mean it took 26 years to make the first season of the Animaniacs. There's a lot of moving parts that happen when producing an animated TV series. For starters, the whole season of the show gets made at the same time. While the writers
Yes.
are writing episode 12, the storyboard team is boarding episode 3, and the design team is designing the bowling shoes that are going to be worn in episode 6. And it's someone's entire job to make sure that everyone's doing their job. This is called the animation pipeline.
Ooh,
And there's so
cool.
many other departments that I could honestly make a whole other video about this pipeline. If you're interested, I'll do it, but just know that it takes roughly
take 'em.
2 years to make a season of a cartoon show, and that's why when shows reference memes, they're extremely outdated.
Yeah,
You
true.
know, like a boss! It's beautiful, isn't it? This exterior nighttime city skyline background. This background was drawn by one of my background artists, Annie Loomis, and it took 7 hours to make. And it was used specifically for this clip. If it wasn't for the Cats movie, I would have thought Hollywood knew what they were doing too. It lasted for 4 seconds. 7 hours of work, 4 seconds of content.
Yeah.
So before we continue, I'm gonna make you all sit.
My Sonic movie review, I recorded myself for about 27 minutes. The editing on it took months. Now, to be fair, if this was me a decade ago when I actually had more time to work on my videos, I probably would have had the whole thing done maybe in weeks. But I've been busy with work and other stuff. But the fact is, 27 minutes, and then the final video was 31 minutes. If I had more time on my hands, weeks. Now that I have less time on my hands, months. It's not as simple as people say it is. I understand when people who do editing. I understand when people upload videos and they don't upload them as frequently as they'd like to because it's a big production. I understand it because I used to edit my own videos from scratch quite frequently. Over a decade ago, when my hopes were really high and I thought I could be a film producer, obviously that didn't work out. But I mean, my hopes are kind of high again now that my channel is monetized. But I'm taking it a day at a time and just realizing, you know what, just enjoy this. Try to keep the channel still monetized, but I still got to go to work. My job pays me more per hour than I make in 1 month of YouTube monetization. So priorities, but still, it's cool that I have gotten monetized, and hopefully I can improve upon it, and we shall see from there. I think if I can get some more original content out there that people will really like, that people will actually watch, it might work out. But I've had original content a decade ago and not many people watched. But to be fair, it's possible maybe more people would have watched if I never put them on a secondary channel. My channel by itself is not big enough to warrant having secondary channels. I never should have started secondary channels. If I never did, maybe I would have been monetized a lot sooner on this channel. But oh well. Anyways, yeah, it's time consuming. A video I recorded, the first video I uploaded to my discontinued secondary channel, Sci-Fi Productions, is only 2 minutes long, which, by the way, I included in my comedy compilation. Check it out. But yeah, the fact is, yeah, it's in that comedy compilation. Check it out. The fact is, it was only a 2-minute video, but it took it was a simpler video, so it took about 2 hours to edit. But I had other ones that came out later that were like 7 minutes long, 6 minutes long, 5 minutes long, and it would take days, sometimes weeks to edit. And then, as I mentioned, I had a video I recorded in 27 minutes, all the editing put together a 31-minute video for the Sonic movie review, and it took me months to edit. Anyways, let's get back to the Odd Ones Out. I don't like it when people post comments about their impatience of waiting for somebody to put up a new video. It's like, chill out. It's one person making a video by himself, and it's very time consuming. If you don't have any help, like if you don't have anybody helping you, it's time consuming. That's why I do react videos now. I just don't have the time to make original stuff because there's all this editing and all this research and Googling and all this stuff I have to do just to put the whole thing together. With React videos, I just, record myself, watch something, comment on it, upload it. Don't even need to edit it. Way less time consuming. That's why I upload these. Plus, it helps my channel get monetized, actually. But I'll soon have more gaming footage. Sonic Colors Ultimate is coming out soon, and even though I have the Wii Sonic Colors many years after it came out, I still haven't played it. I've only played the DS Sonic Colors, which is more like a Sonic Rush 3, so this will actually be my first time playing Sonic Colors, and it will be on Sonic Colors Ultimate, either the Switch or the PC version. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. And then next month will be Metroid Dread, which I am really excited about as well, and I'll post footage of that too. And yeah, I'll be back to live streaming when I get a chance. But anyways, let's get back to the video.
And appreciate this background for another 4 seconds so I can double the value of this background.
All right, sure.
Backgrounds can be a time-consuming process.
Of course.
And the whole purpose of them is to be in the back of the ground. They're not even the focus.
No,
so
they're
storyboarders will sketch out a scene to set the staging through layout, posing, and character expression. And during this phase, I'm trying to find places where I can reuse backgrounds or take pieces of other backgrounds and Frankenstein monster them together to make an entirely new background. Like how I used the city background to be outside this window, or how I took the buildings from this background, the bushes from this background, and the bench from this background and made an entirely new background. And hopefully, none of you noticed. Am I being cheap or cutting corners? Absolutely. But that's the point. That gives another background artist more time to make something else, like this James-themed city skyline. Instead of having to draw 20 different backgrounds of a bedroom, we already have a bedroom. Let's just do something else, please. It's not being lazy. It's getting the most use, the most mileage out of your hard work. I see this next story pop up on Twitter about every month, and it makes me want to stab my eyes out. If you look at this scene from The Jungle Book and this scene from Winnie the Pooh, these two similarly proportioned boys are eerily moving in the exact same way. Wait, was this plagiarized?
Well,
did someone from Winnie the Pooh plagiarize The Jungle Book? No. Remember what I said about drawings equal time plus money? Well, back in the old days of animation, before fancy graphics cards and floppy disks, animation frames had to be physically painted onto floppy, transparent sheets called cells. So animated movies were essentially a really long flipbook with over 100,000 hand-drawn painted pages. Back then, drawings equaled even more time and even more money. This whole sequence had to not only be drawn 24 times a second, but it also had to have the correct timing to look like a little boy was jumping on rocks. Just because you drew 24 Mowglis doesn't mean they're gonna look good when you play the frames together. So if you're making a cartoon movie in the 70s and you need a scene where a young boy character is just being a dude and throwing rocks, and you need a really climactic fight scene, are you gonna spend the time and money drawing another boy throwing another rock when someone else already did that 10 years ago? Or are you going to reuse the animation the studio already made and then have more time and budget to make an even epicer fight scene?
Exactly.
If these movies were from 2 different studios, then yes, that would be a completely different story. But Disney owns this movement of our boy Mowgli, so they're allowed to use that movement on our boy Chris. Turning your art into a full-time job is very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm extremely lucky to not only...
All right.
to use that movement on our boy Chris. Turning your art...
This summarizes it. This summarizes it right here. Doing your art, you're not getting paid. For a long time, I wasn't getting paid to upload these YouTube videos. Now I am, and I'm only making like $10 a month. This summarizes it perfectly. You want to have more time to do what you love, to do your art. But realistically, you can't. You have to work your job. This summarizes it perfectly. The Odd One's Out. This is the best summary of the artist life by far. You have to work a regular job, or else you can't pay the bills. You can't even create your art because you won't have any money. If I didn't work DoorDash, I'd have to sell this computer. I'd have to sell my cell phone. I'd have to sell all the stuff that goes with it. I wouldn't be able to do YouTube at all. Not at all. It'd be impossible. I make, on average, easily $20 an hour doing DoorDash, or above that. I make only $10 a month on YouTube. This shot right here summarizes the artist's life perfectly. He's trying to do his art, but he has to work his job to make a living. Most artists don't have the luxury to do their art for a living. And if they do, they make so little doing it, they still have to work a regular job like this dude. This is the best summary of the artist's life, by far. Odd One's Out. Love it. Perfect.
Art into a full-time job is very difficult. I'm extremely lucky to not only have this opportunity, but to be able to build an amazing team of talented artists to create these cartoons and share them with you.
I wish I had a team myself. Maybe I'm not talented enough. I honestly don't know. You could look back at those comedy videos I mentioned, that compilation, if you'd like. Literally all the editing I did myself. The friends I had at the time, they were in scenes with me, but that was it. They did help me direct on a few occasions if they thought something was better than what I was originally envisioning, and I wouldn't always say yes, but sometimes I did. We would sometimes work together to choose locations, or I would choose them by myself. But all the editing, I did by myself. All of it. So, yeah, I wish I had a team, but it just isn't the case. I'm not big enough to get one or noticed, which is fine. Most people aren't. I'm not actually particularly mad or sad about it. I wish I could have a career doing what I love, but oh well. I still can do what I love. I still am monetized for it, very little. So I still get some joy, and I still get some joy out of it from all the comments and my fans.
And because of you watching these videos and supporting me, I'm able to reinvest money into the team so we can make better quality content and I can support more artists. It's a win-win symbiotic thing we got going on.
Yeah, that guy to the left's probably got only... He's taking a break from his job to do art for 30 minutes and then go back to his job. He has no breaks.
So if you ever wanted to get into the art industry, good luck, get drawing, and start putting that portfolio together. I hope you all enjoyed this art rant. Considering that this video was all about artists, I of course have to give the biggest shout out to all the people on my team who made this video possible, so thank you everyone. I also want to clear up a line I said about how I will support anyone who does art. Obviously, if your art is offensive or harassing others, then that's not chill.
Goes to you, Mike Pate. Most people don't know about it, but in the mid-2000s, he drew a very offensive comic.
Didn't want to derail the video and give that caveat in the middle of a video, so I'm doing it now. And big news, my board game Cafe Chaos is now available in Target just in time for the holidays, or if you want to buy it online, the link will be in the description. And lastly, I'm going on tour with a bunch of friends in November. If you want to come see us play drawing games, then again, check out the link in the description, and I hope to see you there. It's 2 a.m. right now, so I'm going to bed. Peace!
Closest location to me is Los Angeles, but that's like an 8-hour drive from where I live. I live up in Northern California, up in wine country, an hour north of San Francisco. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. Please give this video a like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell icon to add me notifications. He really gave me a lot to say because I don't know if I can really qualify myself as an artist per se, but you know, I've edited videos, you know, recorded videos, edited them, put a bunch of stuff together, uploaded them. So, I mean, maybe. But, you know, like I said, the views just aren't really there on these videos. So, since I'm not making very much doing this, I can't continue to just only do this. Otherwise, I'd be uploading a lot more original stuff. These React videos are actually what helped me get monetized, plus some of my gaming videos that inexplicably still get views nowadays that I uploaded a decade ago have helped too. But my original stuff, no, it didn't really get me there. But, you know, I'll still make original stuff. I still have a planned collab with another YouTuber. It's going to be an upcoming movie review. I'm not going to give it all away because there is still a chance it might not happen. But I hope it does happen. Because it'd be fun to do a collab with this guy. He's a very entertaining guy. You should check out his channel. I've actually mentioned his channel before, but I'm not going to mention it here for this collab thing because, like I said, there's still a chance it might not happen. But I hope it does happen. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. What do you think about this video? Did this give you a reality check on the artist life, or did you kind of already know this kind of thing, or are you an artist yourself and you completely understand what the TheOdd1sOut's explaining and can sympathize? I'd love to hear your comments below. Thank you so much.